Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my walkthrough of the KSP career. My name's Negative, and let's get cracking. Today we're going to be retrieving a Kerbal from orbit. You already knew that. So here's the Kerbal Rana. She's stuck up there. And she's in an orbit, 80 by 80. Now, the reason I'm going to show you how to do this is it's a very, very handy way of getting Kerbals. Now, if I come over here, okay, you can see that the next high is 79,000. So you notice that I probably needed an engineer and a scientist. Kenzen, you're a good scientist. You notice it's 93,000 now, okay? So I have two scientists. I need another engineer. Kerbal, okay, 108. And on it goes. So Kerbals become very, very expensive. So this is a good way of finding Kerbals if you need them. Let's get on with it. It's much, much cheaper. They're generally pilots, which is a downside of it. Like you rarely will find an engineer or a scientist. At least that's my experience. It may be different. If it is different, please comment below. This is the Glover. As in like mitt, like catcher's mitt. Yeah, I'll see myself out. It's the ground launch vehicle for rescue of wayward orbital Kerbals. That's what I'm calling it. Now, it's just basically a simple rocket, a very simple rocket that's going to get me to orbit. Should do it nicely. And it has nobody on board. Now, what I've done, okay, in this little service bay, okay, I have some parachutes, and I also have a probe core. What the probe core allows me to do is control this remotely. Therefore, I can send it up unmanned, recover someone, and then land it. I've got the heat shield, I've got thingies. It's all happy days. Now, I've spent a bit of money and upgraded the VAB, so I'm going to have access to action groups. That's the word I'm looking for. Action groups allow you custom control of different things. For example, I've just set number 1 up to toggle our service bay. So let us go. We're going to see if we can do a direct descent to rendezvous, because I think I have it nailed. But it's a question of practice and consistency. Can we do it over and over and over again? So here we go. We're going to set her as our target. Turn this into target mode, and off we go. We need to warp her around to somewhere here-ish. I'm thinking the retrograde target marker needs to be, so this little marker needs to be somewhere around the 45. At least that's what I think. And we'll see how it goes. So somewhere about there. Okay, doing it slightly before the 45 should give us a little bit more time to get our approach and everything right. We have SAS engaged, panel lock, throttle up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Space. How cool does that look? An Iggy on the side of the craft. Good old Iggy. My androgynous channel avatar. Now this should be a fairly easy thing to get to orbit, because it's got 3 LV 45s on the bottom. They're the throttling 1.5 meter engine. I'm just going to fly a normal ascent right now. Ooh, I might have had to wait a little bit longer actually. Yes, okay. So I'm learning as I'm doing right now, and this target marker is a bit high for me. I want it down lower. So what that means is I am going to have to fly a little bit higher in order to let it catch up. We'll jettison that and keep on flying. Is that true? Because remember, we want to push the target marker towards this thing. So we need separation from it to get that push going on. So I'm thinking that what we need to do on that launch is put it on the other side of the 45 to time this perfectly. That's what we're going to do. We're going to revert to launch, as we're only 5 minutes into this video and I would like to do this perfectly. throttle up, SAS engage, panel lock. There she is. Set this to target mode, and this time we'll put it around, if not the other side of the 45. Okay, here it comes. Okay, we need to go a little bit further. As you can see how it's before the 45, I want it on, if not a little bit after. Okay, there's the 45 there. I want to go around about now-ish. Because, yeah, just remember, by the time it gets up, we want to be, you know, somewhere around the point. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, space. We'll try it again. Now, I love this mod. You'll notice that I've got this lighting mod. And that's an engine lighting mod that came out. I saw it on Kerbal stuff, so I jumped on it because it makes the craft look really cool. Alrighty, off we go. I just want to see if I can keep the thruster weight about 1.7. Probably need to be a little bit more tilted. Let's keep on that ascent path as much as we can. Notice that I've got fins and everything on this. Should be easy to fly. We should have tons of control authority. Plus the capsule torque, you know. So, let's go up a little bit, down a little bit. Okay, so that's much better. It's much further over. I imagine actually that we need to wait a little bit longer indeed to see if we can really time this perfectly, because we're going to still have to fly pretty high that is, sorry, to get that target marker over onto the velocity vector. Okay, there's stage 1 flame out. We'll push hard. Boosters drop away. Wouldn't call that a Korolev cross, more Korolev chopsticks, but alright, let's keep going. It's got a good thruster weight out of this. So right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to push this vector that way. So I'm going to hold it like this until we start to see some movement out of that bad boy. Okay, because there it is, there we are, and we're ahead of the game right now. We're in a good spot because the way we're pointing is this side of that, and the target vector is here. Sorry, the retrograde velocity vector is here, and then the target vector is there. So whenever they're lined up like that, we can push this over here. If that was over there and we were pointing in the middle, we would have had to get on the other side of it to push it that way. That's the theory behind it, and that's why I'm doing this completely by feel. I do not understand the theory behind it. Don't ask me, we couldn't tell you. But I seem to have worked it out, and I seem to get it to work. So we'll keep going this way, we'll keep burning. We're at 30 degrees right now, which is quite high. So obviously not the most efficient ascent ever, but we're going to have tons of delta V to do what we need to do. Oh, there we go. We've got 1800 in this stage. Orbital velocity is getting up there. Going to keep pushing this. And you can see how that target vector is coming closer. Oh, there we go. It seems like we're going to get a relatively close approach. I'm just going to keep burning like this though. You can see how we've had to loop up quite high. It's because we've come up too quick. It's alright, I'll just keep burning this way. You see that that is dropping my approach because I'm pushing that target vector over. 0.3, I love it. So you see that we've got to go higher, let this thing catch up. So what we're going to do is we're going to warp to approximately here. I hope we have the delta V. Now we're going to have a pretty big differential. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start burning now because those two are perfectly lined up. So this is going to extend this out. It's going to drop our relative velocity to the target. I want to keep this as much as I can. See that we're starting to wander a little bit, so I need to just have a look here and see, is that actually a little bit of... Nope, it's not a little bit of that. Nope, it's not a little bit of that either. So basically I just want this to go down if possible. Oh, there we go. That's what we needed. 0.1. Happy days. And what are we looking here? Obviously lots of shenanigans right now. But we do have a direct ascent to rendezvous. It's ugly. It's been very inefficient. But if we come in here, there she is. And we have a little bit of RCS up our sleeve for the in close maneuvering. And I think that what I'm going to do is I am going to... So whatever it's, you know, around a kilometre, I can deal with that. What we'll do is we'll just come in a little bit closer, because I'm going to have to wash off some speed. Okay, now we can see everything's getting a little bit funky. I'll just do this gradually, okay? So I'm wiping off, I've just wiped off half my speed. Whoa! And I've just clicked off the screen. Excellent. That's what I need. Okay, where are we? There we go. And we're here. So we're about to have our close approach, and we've got lots of delta V, so that's excellent. So I'm just going to keep burning like this for a moment while I bring OBS back up. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm moving that velocity vector back over the target vector again, so that we get a nice close approach here. We're already within visual range. I want to come in a little bit closer, okay, because right now it's going to be, yeah, 0.0. Whatever you keep these two close and you're not fooling around too much with your orbit, you're okay. 17 meters per second, 500 meters away. Oh, look at that. And we've got a good amount of fuel too. Like, that's a comfortable amount of fuel. We could do a lot more monkeying around and still get this. 16. I want to drop the speed right now. I get this down, say something like 9, because that's nice and manageable. Here we go. 100 meters. 80 meters. We just want to get that vector back over again. 50 meters. And I'm just juggling that vector, keeping it, and I'm not looking at this. Oh, there she is. We better slow down. Oh, jeez. So that was a bit close. So let's just use RCS right now. That's probably the easiest way of doing it. And we're going to go down and over. Something like that. Now, unfortunately, we're in the dark again, which seems to be my my kind of thing. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, so we're parked pretty much on top of it now. Wow, we are parked on top of it. Hopefully. Haha! And here is Rana. I bet she's glad to see us. Now, the only thing is, where do we get in? We'll come this way. Now the trick here is not to panic, which is what I always do. I always panic. I'm always like, no, no. And that's when the spaceship gets away from you. So you've got to be soft with your hands. Just gentle. Be gentle. Oops. Hard to judge which way you need to go. But it is doable with patience. And the trick is, yeah, nice and slow. Oops, wrong way. Yep. Yeah, grab. Grab! Nope. Nope. Damn it. Damn it. Stop ragdolling. Please, stop ragdolling. Anyway. As I said, don't panic. Oh, we need lights. Let's get some lights happening. Actually, that would make a cool screenshot. I think we've just found the episode screenshot, ladies and gentlemen. It normally happens. Boom, done. Oh. So let's see if we can get this little Kerbal into the capsule, because once I do, I'll call this mission complete. Oh, I need to do something like this. Now, the easy way of doing this, right, would be to have the spaceship orientated a different way. Which I might do, because this is irritating me. Where are we? Zzz. There we go, done. Runner, in you go, love. It should be a lot easier now. So, pro tip for pro top players. Board. Job done. So we have recovered Rana Kerbal, and that is how you do it. We've saved her, and we get a bonus Kerbal. She's a pilot, and it's been good fun. So I'm going to deorbit right now. This is marked as debris. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually just move away from it a little bit. Doesn't really matter what way you go. Go to orbital mode. We're going to point retrograde, and we're going to deorbit. We've got tons of fuel, so we will deorbit this very second. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. So thank you very much for joining me in this episode of the KSP walkthrough. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Not sure what we're going to do yet, but you'll be the first to know.